description. So the answer should be, you may answer the question and then state numbers of different triangles, just using the sentence given to you. And then just using C this time. You should determine whether you should use C or P. And then use calculator, 20 triangles. 20. Understand what I mean? Yesterday I said that you should try to do it. Okay, check the answer. Second one. Second one, in a class 15 males and then 20 female students. But now I would like you to select 4 males students and then 5 female students to join the team. Okay, so this one just about the selection. You need not think about the order to arrange them. So now it involves step 1. Select 4 males from 15 male students. So step 1, that means 15C4 without the order. Step 1, search this one. And then search multiplication rule. I select females, but how many females you should select? 5 females, but from 20. So now no order, that means 20C5. So now you can find out numbers of ways to select them. So using your calculator also, you can find out the answer. So to make sure you know how to enter them to your calculator. 琴日教咗㗎啦，個除號嘅符號 Shift key. So even multiplication, just enter them. So to cross check whether you can find out the answer. So just selection, no orders. You see whether you can find out this answer or not. Very large number. Copy it carefully. 唔該，肯定自己真係撳到機，唔難嘅呢一啲。Okay, next page. Okay. Now a team, this is the badminton team of 4 players is selected. From where? From a group of 9 players. 9個裏邊，我想揀4個人出嚟咯。Okay. How many different teams or different teams can be formed? That means how many different badminton teams can be formed. But there's the exclusion. The wounded players, 受傷嘅 players must be excluded from the teams. Must be excluded. 即係一定唔會揀佢㗎啦。我點樣先可以確保唔揀佢啊？首先個總數裏邊一個人受傷，一定冇佢。好啦，咁但係最終我要揀幾多人啊？都係4個。你唔揀佢啫，咁你最終嗰個 teams 都有4個人㗎嘛。So the answer should be 8C4. Be careful about the numbers of students available at the beginning. Search this one, or you can find out the answer. What is the answer? Using calculator. Okay, search, you may say that numbers of teams are here. 70, yes, 70. Number 4 is absent. Number 4, absent or present are 5D. Absent. Sure, absent. 想問佢其實有冇 fine 嘅，我真係唔知嘅喎。係啊。嚇？唉，真係社工室，但係而家 Thank you. Okay, number 3B. The most outstanding players must be included. 嗱，一定呢個已經揀㗎啦，已經揀咗出嚟㗎啦。其實唔使揀㗎啦，佢一定喺在內㗎啦。So that means how many players are available for you？ 嗰個唔使揀㗎啦，最出色嗰個咧，最優秀嗰個已經喺度㗎啦，一定喺個 team 裏邊嘅。好啦，咁即係一定要減走咗呢一個人啦。So also 8. But how many players should be selected? Okay, if you also include the most outstanding players, that means finally you select 3 more. Okay, so altogether there are 4 members. So in this case, be careful about the numbers of players should be selected. It should be 3 only. Because other than these 3, one must be the outstanding player already in the team already. So now using your calculator to find the answer, 56. Okay, so it's double check whether you can find the answer. Also, the numbers of teams can be 4. Okay, so it's up to this moment, any problem? This one similar to the example I discussed with you before the end yesterday. All right, next one. There are 10 magazines and then 12 different novels in the libraries. The librarians decide to put 2 magazines and 3 novels in the reading room. Now, that means select 2 magazines and 3 novels out of them. In how many ways can the books be selected if there are no restriction? No restriction, 冇限制之下。First step, the librarian select 2 magazines out of 10 Okay, no restriction and then select 3 novels out of 12. 3 novels. So no restriction, 冇限制之下 9,900 ways to select them. But the second one, be careful, particular. Particular magazine must be selected. It means similar to puppy here. 有一個特定嘅，呢度有一本特定嘅，一定會揀嘅。其實真係唔使揀啦，即係一定擺落去㗎啦。係啦。So what will be the answer? Magazine one. That means it affects the magazine. So now, how many magazines are available for you to select? And then finally, how many magazines should be selected? Because one particular magazine must be in the reading room, so finally you select one more only. Okay, but out of what? Out of 9 Alright, so in this case, firstly select the magazine 9C1. Understand? So both numbers are affected. Be careful. 我再講一次呢一個佢係講緊其中有一本係一定被選中嘅，咁即係唔使揀㗎啦，嗰本一定咪攞出嚟擺埋邊咯。剩翻咪仲有一本要揀啦，咁但係喺剩翻裏邊嘅 magazine 揀，咁有一本都攞出嚟，剩翻8本咯。Okay, so both numbers are affected. But how about novel? No change. Still 3 novels out of 12 selected. Okay, so now find the product of them because it involves that 1,980. You need not use the iPad. If you use the iPad for mathematics, no problem. But you should fill in the worksheet instead. So to remember, describe what you are finding. 嗱，唔好即係就咁寫，乜都唔寫啊！前面唔該你寫翻啦。Numbers of ways Okay, you can find out the words how many ways Okay, so up to this moment, any problem? If no, I'll show you one more example. Yes. Okay. So it's number 5, similar question. Similar to this one. Later you do it. Okay. Number 6, form the group. Alright, we also select person. So let's refer to number 6 together. Number 5, you do it on your own. Similar to number 3 and 4. This one. So now there are 16 students in a class. I suppose I would like you to find out the numbers of ways to divide them into 2 groups. That means each group there are 8 students in the group. So now orally, that means how do you select the student? 如果我用口講咁即係話，第一我要先揀幾多個啊？係第一組㗎，係其中一組啦，先揀8個咯，8個一組嘛。而家分2組，8個組，好啦。第一個 step 我先揀8個，跟住剩翻幾多人啊？剩翻都係8個。好啦，咪做第2組咯。咁但係嗰8個就係第2組，仲使唔使揀啊？唔使噶啦。咁睇下你點寫啦。第一組 step 1 select any 8 student from 16. And then how about the rest of the student? The rest of the students should be 16 minus 8. Is that right? Because 8 students already in the first group. And then you select them. But all must belong to the second group. So I would like you to highlight this one. Using calculator, AC8, what is it? AC8. Using calculator, what is it? 1啊？點解係1嘅？因為佢哋一定係喺第2組咯。其實就係唔使揀咯。而家你揀啫嘛，唔係 order 啊嘛。咁所以冇得揀㗎啦。 佢都剩翻已經係喺個組啦。咁所以咧，你寫嘅答案嘅時候，如果剩翻嘅人全部都被揀咧，你可以就咁寫就已經得㗎啦。呢兩個係一樣嘅，兩個都 accept 嘅，係公開試，係啦，冇問題嘅。So either you write any one. So that means you can miss this one or just write 16C8 lah. And then using your calculator, you can find the answer. 12,870. So can you use the similar ways to think about the second one? Form 4 groups, but every group 4 students. How to do it? 4 students. Step 1, select 4 students for the first group, and then select next 4 students, and so on. So what is the answer for the second one? Numbers of ways, huh? What is the answer? Good. So the first one, what is it? There are 16 students, but 4 in the first group. That means 16C4. And then how many students left? 12. So if you know, you need not show me 16 minus 4, just write 12. 16減4咁知道12就得㗎啦。Okay. And then second group, select the other 4. And then how many students left? 揀咗4個，又揀4個，剩翻8個啦。So that means 12 minus 4. And then 8C4. How about the last group? The last 4 students must belong to the last group lah. 4C4. Or you haven't written it, up to you. 寫唔寫都得㗎，臨尾呢個。Okay? Because they must belong to the last group. And I'm using your calculator. Check the answer. So this is the ways to select persons to form the group, but you also use C to find out. So the final answer, you check whether you can find it with your calculator or not. Okay, 3 digits in one group, 6 3, and then 0 6 3, and then 3 0. Okay, this is the answer. So now I think you don't have the problems in this case, or the last example, very important. So all students, open your textbook. We refer to the last examples. Example 17 on page 37. Page 37. We mark them. So when you prepare for your exam or quiz, refer back to these examples. Or textbook, page 37. If you don't have the textbook, capture the screen. Here, yes, this one. Or later you refer to my notes. Okay, I always use the note like this. So now refer to this example. Jason decides to subscribe. Okay, a Play TV 即係收費嘅電視啦。Okay, but now you can find out the Play TV offer 8 movie channels 8個電影台 ，and then 11 sport channels 11個即係嗰啲嘅體育嘅台啦。Okay, so in how many ways can Jason select only 5 channel in his plan? 假設佢嗰個計劃收費計劃咧，其實只能夠揀5個台嘅啫。咁佢問你啦，究竟有幾多個方法去揀呢啲台咧 ？Okay, so find in how many ways? Okay, that means no orders 啦。So make sure you understand this question relates to orders or without order. Okay, arrangement. Or can he select 5 channels if there are no restriction? 冇限制嘅。冇限制，即係幾多個台裏邊揀5個啊 ？Think about the total numbers of channels available. Okay, totally how many? 19 啦 ，is that right? 加埋佢咯，冇限制啊嘛，咪19個台裏邊揀5個出嚟咯。Okay, without order. So the answer should be like this: 19C5. Any problem? Okay, second one. Alright, he wants to have all the channels of the same kind. Think about the cases. Alright, that means if they belong to the same client for the 5 channel, that means either case 1, 5 channels should be movie, or 5 channels should be sport. Either or. 一係就5個都係電影台。 一係就5個都係體育台嚟嘅。好啦，咁即係話呢度總共有幾多個方法，咪將呢兩個 cases 加埋去咯。Okay, so now think about the first one. 5 movie. Alright, that means now you can find out if 5 movies. That means out of 8 movie channel, he selects 5. Or 5 sport. That means 11C5. And then finally, you add them up. This time you use the addition rule. So these are the total numbers of ways available. Understand this one? Or you use add. 一係就5個體育嘅啫，一係就5個電影台噶嘛，冇理由有5個電影有5個 sport 噶嘛，咁所以咧總共我哋係會加埋佢啦呢一度 ，OK。So this is the next one, and then the last two example. Make sure you understand these two. Or he wants to subscribe or the keywords at least. What is the meanings of at least? 最少4個體育台，最少。咁即係4個體育台嘅時候，另外一個係咩嚟啊？因為佢一定要揀5個嘛，最後一個應該係咩嚟啊？一定係 movie 啦，因為5個啊嘛。好啦，佢話 at least 喎，咁可唔可以5個都體育台㗎 ？at least 啊嘛 ，at least 4個，咁5個得唔得啊？得嘅。好啦，5個體育嘅時候，咁有幾多個 movie 啊？0個。咁所以咧，我哋會用呢個方法嘅，唔該自己抄低佢啦。我哋會列晒啲可能性。Alright, now for example, there are 8 movies and 11 sports available for him to select. Alright, now at most, he can select any 5 of the channels. For example, 5 sport, how about movie? 0. And then 4 sport, 1 movie. That means the sum of them must be 5 channels. Okay, because this is the requirement of the question. So if you list them out, there are 6 possible ways, 6 possible cases. But now you should bear in mind about the requirement for C, at least 4. That means which of them you should consider. At least 4, that means 4 sport you may consider. And then 1 movie, 5 sport, 0 movie. Either one of them. So now, finally, how do you find out the numbers of ways to select the channel in these 2 cases 啊？好啦，咁我哋諗完呢兩個 case 啦，究竟點樣揾翻 numbers of ways 咧？咁同你一樣啦。我哋 the first step select sport channel. 我哋 the sport channel there are 11C4 咯。And then select movie, but there are 8 movie channel. Select 1. So you should pay attention about this number. The sum must be 5 here in your expression. This is the first case. Second case, at least 5 sport also available. So 5 sport, this one should be 11C5. But how about the selections of the movie? You need not select, so you leave it blank. 因為跟住嗰個你都唔使揀啦，咁所以冇咯，咪冇咯，唔使成任何嘢啦，冇下一個 step. And then now either 5 sport no movie or 4 sport 1 movie. So these are the different ways. Add them. 跟住加咗佢啦，呢兩個 case. So on the next page you can see. Okay, step by step we find out the ways and then finally add them Add them. Understand? Okay, we always use such way. So can you try to think about the last one? Using the same diagram. The last one, at most 3 movie channels. 最多咧都係得3個 movie channel 嘅啫，最多。咁即係邊幾個 case 係咧？咁咪 tick 下咯喎。咁我拆咗呢個啦。At most 3 movie channel, 3 movie. That means this one 啦。OK, at most 喎，最多都係得3個電影台嘅啫，4個得唔得啊？都話明最多咯，4個梗係唔得啦。咁2個得唔得啊？2個 movie 得唔得啊？得，剔咗佢咯。咁即係呢個 case 係啦，呢個 case 都係啦。冇 movie 得唔得啊？都得咯。咁即係其實係講緊呢4個 cases。你咪將每個 case 揾到嘅 numbers of selection 啦，再加埋佢咯。Okay, so I demonstrate 啦。For example, this one at most 3, so AC 3, and I step 2 select spot 11 C2. So even this one, okay, we have already done啦 AC 2, and then 11 C3. This one AC1, 11 C4. The last one need not choose the movie I just mentioned啦, just select spot, and then add these 4 cases. Okay, so on the next page, you can find out this up. Okay, this is the ways to do it. So now you can see the first ways to do it, but sometimes we may use other ways to do it. Or I try to think about the other presentation. Okay, the other presentation, what is it? 佢用減法啦，用咩減呢？佢減走咗啲乜嘢呢？好啦，如果你畫咗呢個圖呢，其實呢個圖呢有2個 case 係唔得嘅，喺 D part 就係呢2個啦。如果你揾呢4個加埋冇問題㗎，你都係揾到答案嘅。好啦，咁但係減法係點樣減呢？冇限制之下，總共有幾多個減法啦？其實你喺 A part 咪揾咗咯。冇限制之下，11628，我減走咗呢2個 cases。咪就係答案咯。咁呢2個 cases 嘅答案點揾㗎？個 numbers of ways. So you can find that AC4 times 11C1 啦 and AC5. So now once you find out the numbers of ways to select 4 movie, 1 spot, 5 movie, no spot. Alright, this is the total numbers of ways when you refer to the answer. 826. If you do subtraction, you can also find out the same answer. So in the exam, public exam, we accept both ways to do it. Understand? Okay. So today I would like you to do the similar question on your worksheet. Alright, so on your worksheet, back to your worksheet. So it's number 5 lah, 7 lah, 8 and 9 not suitable. So on your textbook, you can do those questions. Okay. So it's exercise 10C. Sorry. Refer back to exercise 10C. So I would like you to do the similar type question. 10C. So to mark down the question. So please do. Do number 13 and 14. Okay. And then, not invited, not very suitable question. 23, question 23. And 25, this question. Okay, so I repeat, 13, 14, exercise 10C. 23 and 25. And your worksheet's 2 questions. The last 2 questions, because it also involves peer, you turn off the air conditioner. What happened? Very hot. Can you turn it on? Yes. Turn on the air conditioner. One of them, say if you feel cold. Alright, so now, before the end of the lesson, okay, so at home you practice more. Now I would like to discuss some questions with you about your statistics, this worksheet. 咁我快手啲講啦，因為想你聽日咧個小測咧自己温翻啊 session 9:2至到9:7。9:5咧其實就冇特別嘢講過，純粹比較一下嘅啫，咁所以嗰度唔會特別考噶啦。咁我講翻呢一題啦，呢一題。